This was reported by the Daily Mail. So you live in California.
Yes.
And I'm sure you dealt with some COVID restriction, right? Not as much as
Yes.
I did here in Ontario, Canada, but I'm sure you dealt with some COVID restriction. How COVID conscious are you? Like, did you follow the statistics? Did you follow like the how many people are positive in a day? How many people passed away in a day? How COVID conscious are you following stats and guidelines and all that?
So I was the person that wore gloves to the gas station and to the grocery store because I was afraid. I don't touch shopping carts. That's another thing. I still don't do that to this day. I don't like to touch shopping carts. And so I would say I'm very, very COVID conscious, especially in the beginning. I was the person that would read all the articles. I would go and like see the numbers on that one website where you just kept seeing the ticker go up. So very COVID conscious, I would say.
Okay, so the province of Quebec here in Canada, they dealt with a lot of restriction, even more restriction than I dealt with here in the province of Ontario, Canada. Uh, the Ministry of Health and Social Services, they got their own official Twitter channel or Twitter account. And that's where they post all of the statistics, about how many people have COVID and the death rate and all that. They've got over 100,000 followers that check out their Twitter. What they do is on a regular basis, they will post an update with a link to their web portal. And the web portal is where they got all the data and all the statistics. Something happened recently on their Twitter account when they posted a link to the web portal. What happened, Denise?
It took them to an inappropriate website when
Did
the
you hear this
people
story
clicked
or are
on the
you
link.
guessing?
No, I'm guessing.
Joel Pearl, do you have the tweet that went up? So that's the tweet that went up. It's in English and French because it's Quebec and they're bilingual. And as you can see, there's the link to the website. The problem was that link right there, it went to a foot fetish porn video on Pornhub.
Was it by accident or was it on purpose?
Well, no, it was by accident. They're not doing that on purpose.
So you think
but
the social media person was like looking at that and accidentally copied and pasted the wrong link?
you're damn sure that must be what it was. It took more than 30 minutes for them to figure out that mistake had happened, meaning that for 30 minutes, anybody that was curious, how many COVID positives are there today? They're going to a foot fetish video on Pornhub. And you just said it, Denise, the person working the social media account. Now, I'm not going to make accusations because I haven't read, the news about what happened to this person. Sometimes, Denise, when you copy a link and then when you go to paste it and it doesn't take. So like whatever the previous link was, that's the one that it pastes.
Yes. I think that's what happened.
I'm thinking that's what happened. And so my question is, okay, so they're at work and they're checking out porn foot fetish videos. How good was this video that they needed to copy and paste it? And where were they going to send it, Denise?
That means, okay, there's two theories here. One, they have a personal file where they copy and paste their favorite porns and they have the link. Or two, they were sending it to a friend or a blog or not a friend or either like a DM group. That's my two theories.
Do you keep a list of
Oh,
your favorite
no,
links?
but I could imagine that. Why else would you need to copy and paste a link?
You came up with the theory fast.
Okay, but it's just like very obvious because I like to copy and save links, but like for job searches and stuff like that, but not for porn. I would never.
All right. Well, the ministry later had to tweet out a statement. Joel Pearl, do you have the statement that they tweeted out? They said, due to a situation beyond our control, Denise, a link with inappropriate content was posted on our Twitter account. We're looking for the causes. We're sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah, beyond our control. There's definitely a social media person copy and paste and maybe doing whatever the hell you're talking about, making like a list of favorites, like the greatest hits. Is that what's going on?
Maybe they have a side job and they do compilation videos.
Maybe that's what they do. Well, as you can imagine, Twitter mania was running wild all over the Quebec ministry after that one. All kinds of people were posting comments. And one of the best ones that I saw was from a user named Sean Fraser. He said, now that's the COVID information we've all been looking for.
God, that's just terrible. Awesome. Well, there was COVID toe at the beginning. Maybe he got his links mixed up.
How do you even make that? How?
COVID toe was a thing. It was on the news.
But how do you end up with a foot fetish Pornhub video?
I don't know. Maybe he searched the wrong thing. Maybe he was searching for COVID toe. I don't know.
Well, now that I know that you keep greatest hits lists and stuff like that, so you're heavy into social media. Have you ever posted the wrong photo, the wrong link, the wrong comment, anything that you'll admit to on this podcast?
I've accidentally done like like nothing too major, like where I've done like dumb mistakes, but nothing too major. I have sent the wrong text to people, but that was more personal, not on social media where I've posted anything I wasn't supposed to. I'm very, very like aware of that, or at least I try to be.
Good, good. Well, maybe if you're ever looking for another gig, the Quebec Ministry of Health, they might need to hire for a new social media manager. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. All right, let's move on to story number 7. Reported by Fox 13 out of Salt Lake City, Utah. You went to college, right? Like
Yes.
you're an educated girl.
Yes.
What was your major?
Broadcast journalism.
Of course it was. Of course it was. So, in a way, this story, you might be able to kind of relate to an aspect of this story, maybe. So, Westminster College in Salt Lake City, it's a private liberal arts college. So, it's kind of like, broadcasting, artsy, right?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So, they're offering a new class. It's a 2-credit elective, this class. Any idea what the topic is of this new 2-credit elective at this private liberal arts college in Salt Lake City?
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it's one of those classes where they like worship a celebrity and the celebrity gets like there's like courses like you can take a Taylor Swift course, a Lady Gaga course, and you can get credits for that.
That's very fascinating. Well, I think the guy running the social media channel for the Quebec Ministry of Health is going to want to do this one because this course is all about hardcore porn.
Wait, what? Oh,
Hardcore porn.
but in an educational way, right?
The course, now I'm reading all this off the course description because Denise, I vet these stories. You know what I mean? I make
Yeah.
sure they're real. The course will evaluate and discuss different aspects of pornographic movies. And the course description, this is one of the lines that was in the course description, and this is real. They said hardcore pornography is as American as apple pie and more popular than Sunday night football.
No.
That's
I
what it
could
said.
I could pass it if it was like a film class and you're learning how to shoot pornography, or if you're trying to study the effects that pornography causes on society. I can see those two being a thing, but if you're promoting it as good as apple pie and getting more views than the NFL, this seems like it has bad intentions.
Well, they did say that students are going to understand the impact of porn. They said that.
Okay.
They said that they're going to learn how to think critically about the influence of digital media culture, but they're going to do that by watching porn movies in a classroom setting.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm not too against the idea. I'll be honest. Only
Really?
because of if they're making sure to like study the impacts that porn has on society, then I think that's good. I like that. It gives you critical thinking. You get some argument goings. There's a lot of topics I think that can be touched on in regards to that. If it
Fascinating.
was just
So,
like watching because you just want to have a good old time in class, then that's totally different. But if you're actually studying the effects that porn has on society, then I think it's an interesting class. I
really,
probably would sign up for that class.
even though you're spending the classes actually watching hardcore porn.
No, I mean, I'd be too embarrassed, so I probably wouldn't.
So let's say that you're at a family function, right? Let's say that you decide, you know what, for my broadcasting degree career, I really think this course elective or 2-credit elective would really help me out. And let's say that you decide to sign up for porn class and you're at a family function and your uncle walks in the room and your uncle goes, "Hey, Denise, how's school going?" And you say, "Oh, good, good. Things are going good." He goes, "Oh, yeah. What classes are you taking this semester?" Are you going to tell him, "Oh, on Tuesdays, I got hardcore porn class"?
No, I would lie about it. I would say we're studying the impacts that film has on. I would reword it some way. I would not tell nobody in my family. Well, maybe I would tell my mom, my aunts, but not like anybody that was of the male kind because they would just take it the wrong way. But if I were to tell another woman, then I think it'd be okay.
Very fascinating. So let's say that you had the class, and I've got 2 kids, right? And every evening we have dinner. We sit around the dinner table, and I'll look at my daughter. She's 7, and I'll say, "Baby, what'd you do in school today?" So let's say that you took this 2-credit elective, and you're sitting around the dinner table, and mom says, "Hey, Denise, so how was school today? What'd you do?" You'd be like, "Well, you know what? We did a thing about fellatio for about 35 minutes, and then there was like, what would you say?
Okay, so this is why this does not pertain to me, and I'll tell you why. My mom is on Twitter. She has seen
Oh.
the inappropriate dick jokes that I've made on Twitter. She knows sometimes she has heard some of the jokes that I make at family functions, and her reaction is, how is this even my daughter? Because my mom is polar opposite of me. She does not talk about anything that could be considered PG-13 or R-rated or anything like that. She does not discuss that stuff. I do, because like I'm just like see it as comedy.
We're gonna hook you up with a Blue Chew sponsorship. We're gonna do
My
it.
mom has seen my Blue Chew jokes on Twitter. I mean, granted, she probably doesn't get half of them, but she has seen them. She is actively on my Twitter page.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I click the subscribe button. You really should too. If you like videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, subscribe now.